click, it worked. Hey family, take two. First take was like, well, that's not going to work. So here we are. So yes, I have not done a video in a while and it's been kind of bothering me. So I apologize. I'm here to ramble at you still. I am Ann, librarian. And today I want to tell you the story about the second time I went to see the Ramones because yes, I saw them twice. And I already told the story about the first time I saw the Ramones, so catch it on my playlist there or in the video section. It just says Ramones with a bunch of exclamation marks. So this one will probably say Ramones the second time. I don't know what it'll say. So I'm going to tell you about that. Oh, I have to stop saying I hate and I say Anyway, second time I went to see the Ramones. Oh, wait, first. So remember the first, well, if you watched my video, I was like, I went to see them. We went to see them and it was cold. It was like March or something. Well, I dug out my Ramones book, An American Band. Yeah, I have a couple. Well, this is a good one. But at the back, it actually tells you the dates of all their concerts up through 1993, which is when this book was written. So I think that's pretty cool that I can tell you exactly when I saw the Ramones in 1983. And the winner is, I was off a little bit. May 22nd in Detroit. Okay, May 22nd. And the second time I saw the Ramones was in 1985. That would have been the spring of my sophomore year in college. I would have been 19 because spring comes before August when I turned 20 in 1985. Such a baby. You're such babies. And the second time I saw them would have been on either March 15th or 16th in Detroit. And it was actually East Detroit, which is not Detroit. It's East Point now. But the Ramones came twice, or were here 2 days in Detroit because they really do like Detroit. A lot of bands really like Detroit because we are, like the fucking Motown, Music City, awesome punk rock capital. Yes. Anyway, so I was in college. It was, see how appropriate. I didn't even realize that I wore this, but it's sophomore year in college, the spring. And at the time, you could go to the student union, cool place. And I think it was downstairs in the basement. They had like a box office. And they had posters up on the wall of all the different bands that would come to Hill Auditorium, which, you know what? Oh, people are going to yell at me. I never went to see a concert at Hill Auditorium, and it was right there. And you know how many awesome bands played at Hill Auditorium, and I never went? I didn't go to concerts. In college, I went to see the Ramones my sophomore year, and I think that was it. Sucks because I missed seeing all the good bands. But anyway, so I was in the student union, and I looked up, and I must have seen like Ramones. I'm like, oh, when? What did I just tell you? Whatever date I just told you. 2 dates I told you, March 15th and 16th. I'm like, oh, I want to go see him. Where is it? Where is it? It was in East Detroit. Well, I know Detroit. Well, not personally, I didn't, but I know where Detroit is, and East Detroit must be east of Detroit. Like I said, it's now called East Point because they wanted to class it up a little bit, but it was East Detroit at the time, 1985. So same thing. I asked my friend Elaine because my friend Elaine, that she went with me the first time, she went to U of M as well. And I asked her, hey, Elaine, you want to go see the Ramones? She was like, sure. She's always up for a good adventure. And I asked my friend Andy Wilson, who later on was my boyfriend, but he was like my best friend. And then asked, that would make another really boring story. So not today, but anyway, he was not my boyfriend at the time, Andy Wilson. And he really liked the Ramones and Talking Heads and all that sort of stuff. So I'm like, Andy, do you want to go with us? He's like, yes, cool. All right. So the three of us, again, did not buy tickets. Who buys tickets ahead of time? I don't understand that concept. You just show up, don't you? I don't know. So it was a weekend. I remember that. Saturday night, probably. Friday or Saturday night. We jump in the car. I was one of the semesters. I was fortunate enough to have a car on campus. I lived out at Oxford Housing in the apartments, Sealy, 132 East Sealy. Oh my God, I love that place so much. 4 years I lived in the same room, apartment. It was great. I loved it. Anyway, I ramble. We got in the car. We got on 94. Again, no GPS or internet or any of that shit. So it's like, it was on Gratiot at a place. A lot of you, especially East Siders, you're going to laugh. It's a little place called Trax, Traxx, in East Detroit on Gratiot. Okay. I had no idea what to expect. First time we went to see the Ramones, it was at the Grand Circus Theater, which is a big ass venue, which is probably why the Ramones only played Detroit one night when they were there, because it was a big ass venue and they could put a lot of people in there. And they did. So this time was Trax. Okay, so we jump in the car. It was probably 4:30, 5 o'clock on what, so it probably was a Saturday. Yeah. Anyway, get on I-94. Think we probably got off at Gratiot. Oh, God, and then hit. So then we're looking. So I'm thinking East Detroit is like Detroit. I didn't know it's like, well, whatever. So we're driving up and down looking for it. It's like 5:30 in the afternoon. Something like that. Oh, look it. Oh, look it over there, right as we're going northish. Oh, what is that? Oh, Trax. Welcome, Ann, to your first dive bar. Live music venue. I didn't know. I didn't go see concerts. What did I know? So it's vacant. Like, it's empty. There's nobody there. I'm like, okay. So we pull in there. We get out. We're looking, like, there's like a little box office window thing, and nobody's there. Like, this is weird. Like, this is weird. We're knocking on the window. Finally, someone comes up, and we're like, yeah, like, can we buy tickets to see the Ramones tonight? Like, yes, you can. The box office opens at like 9 o'clock. 9? It's like 5. I remember that. 9? Yeah. The first band goes on, or the doors are at 10. First band comes on at 11, and the Ramones go on at midnight. Again, doesn't know jack shit about like this little dive bar venues and how music works. So it was like, it's 5. What the fuck are we gonna do for the next, I don't know how many hours, like in a city that we don't know on the other side of wherever the hell I know anything. So we went to Church's Chicken. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Church's Chicken, and hung out. That was the longest, like 4 hours ever. 9 o'clock comes, we went back, we bought our tickets, great. We still had to like linger for an hour until the doors open, right? So I'm like, glad I didn't have to be anywhere. I'm glad, like, I'm an independent college woman with a car and I don't have, to be home at any time. But still, it's kind of like, the fuck? Like, we're these stupid kids from Ann Arbor, right? So finally 10 o'clock comes, they open the doors and a bunch of us go in. And again, remember Elaine, I don't know if I told you, she's super short. And then me, super blonde, and Andy was not a whole lot taller. He's kind of goofy kid. He majored in math and computer science, double major. Yep. Good old Andy. So we get in there, and again, I was like, there's no chairs, tables, seats, nothing. There's a bar. We're not old enough to drink. I'm 19. Andy's 19. And Elaine is 18. Thank God it was all ages. Holy cow, I didn't even think about that. What if it had been... So, cool. So we get in there. We're standing there. And there are people in Ann Arbor that were punk rockers that were going to school, had beautiful... huge mohawks. I'm a sucker for a mohawk since like, Ask my kids. Remember Fiona and Ian when I dropped you guys off at Shell's and there was like construction going on next door and there was a guy with like a good foot-high mohawk that was green, I think. And I was just like, and you're like, Mom, what are you looking at? I'm like, nothing. I mean, I'm a sucker for a good mohawk. So anyway, yeah, there's some peeps in college that had them, but man, when we get to tracks, dive bar, there were some rough ass looking people. But it was so cool because they were probably the nicest people ever. Looked scary as shit. Super nice. Of course, the three of us stood out like sore thumbs because we kind of were. Um, So 11 o'clock comes along. I wish I knew the name of the warm-up band. That would be really interesting to know if they were anybody. I don't remember. It's a bummer. And they played, and we stood, a good distance back from the stage in that very small room, and we watched them, and it was cool, and blah, 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 and they cleared out, and then, roadies came and set up for the Ramones, and as soon as the Ramones came out, then everybody, whoosh, right? They all rushed the stage. And the three of us were all just kind of caught up in this wave of whoosh. And forward we went. And I made sure, I'm like, God damn it, we are going to be on Johnny Ramone's side. Like, much as, I'm bass player now and Dee Dee, but my whole life, well, not my whole life, ever since I knew the Ramones, I've been a Johnny girl. So, like, we are standing underneath Johnny, come hell or high water. So, whoosh. We all go surging forward. And so here's the stage right here. I was probably this close. And I was in the third row. I mean, there were two people between me and the stage. It was literally like sardines in a can. And like I said, Elaine was this tall. She said her feet never touched the ground the whole night. Like she was squished in up against people. Her feet never touched the ground. That was the most awesome concert, well, at the time that I'd ever been to. And it ranks it might still be the best concert that I ever went to, ever. Because being that close and looking up at Johnny Ramone's assets. Oh, no, that would be from behind. Johnny... Those tight blue jeans, those splayed legs. So anyway, again, I'm like, who's that drummer? It was Richie still, obviously. So I saw Richie twice. Actually, you know what? I felt so guilty about saying that the other on the first story about the Ramones that I'm like, no, that's not fair because, so I Googled some Richie videos and he was pretty good. He was a good drummer and he could sing, like he wrote songs but everybody just hated him because he wasn't Tommy and he wasn't Marky, and why everybody took to Marky so much. I'm not saying anything bad against Marky, but Jesus Christ, like Marky was a replacement, so yeah, Richie, whatever. But so it was a great concert. And of course, all good things have to come to an end. And Richie threw out some drumsticks. They went everywhere. And Johnny had guitar picks, and he threw them out. I'm right here. I'm like, nope, didn't get one. Plus, I couldn't. If any of them hit the floor, there's no way I was going to bend over because there's no way I was going to stand up again. Oh, yeah, not to mention like the fisticuff that broke out right over there that was getting really close. And it was like, that's kind of creepy. But anyway, it was an amazing. Why do I stick my finger in my ear when I talk? It's like a nervous habit. Great concert. I don't even know what they played. Every time I eat vegetables, it makes me think of you. Somebody put something in my drink. That was a Richie Ramone song. Anyway, so everything got thrown out to everybody. Everybody started to go home. End of concert. There's Anne still like staring up at the stage. And Andy and Elaine are like, come on, Anne, let's go. And I'm like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. The Ramones are still in the building. I know it. Johnny's still in the building. I don't want to go. Everybody's cleared out. I'm still standing there. There's a guy literally like with a broom, like sweeping the stage. There's Anne. I don't want to go. I didn't get anything. And he looks up because I'm still like eagerly standing there, like, everybody's left. What the fuck? And I'm like, please, please, please. So he looks at me and I'm like, yeah, anything? And he puts his finger up. And he walked off stage. I'm like, he put his finger up. That means hold on, right? So then Andy and Elaine, so we were waiting 5 minutes, probably 10 minutes. I don't know how long it was. For them, it probably seemed like 27 hours. They're like, come on, Ann. Well, I'm like, yeah, well, I drove, so I guess you're going to have to wait for me. Maybe I didn't do that. Maybe I did. I don't know, but pretty much, I got the keys. You got to wait for me. And they're like, come on, Ann. I said, he put his finger up. He put his finger up. He will be back. He will be back. I wasn't sure if he was going to be back, but you know what? That guy came back from backstage. He came back out on stage. And he looked at me. And he tossed me this drumstick. This chewed up black drumstick. Now, do you think it was Richie Ramone's drumstick? I'm going to say probably not, but I like to pretend it is. I like to pretend that that man went back and dug around and, got, who knows? I don't know, but it took him forever, and he came back and he tossed this drumstick to me, and Andy and Elaine were so thankful because we finally got to go home, and I still have it. This is still, yeah. My friend Carmen gave me a Johnny Ramone pick that she got at one of the numerous times she saw the Ramones, but she had a guitar pick from Johnny Ramone, and she was kind enough one time when we went to see Sloan together, she gave it to me. So I also have that. It means a lot to me, just like Carmen does. So thank you. But anyway, so I got my drumstick. We got in the car and we drove back to Ann Arbor at about 2 in the morning, something like that. We get back, and can I just tell you, being 19 years old and out on the road and not old enough to drink legally, which is a good thing, we get back to the Oxford housing and all of our friends are in a room and they'd all been drinking all night and they were playing like strip poker, which, okay. They were shit-faced drunk and they were not amusing. And so every time I'm drunk and like other people aren't, and I think I'm hilarious, I'm like, I'm probably really not very, actually I am hilarious, but the alcohol probably doesn't help my hilarity at all. So that was the second time we went to see the Ramones. It was the best damn concert ever. And I have a drumstick. All right, so there you go. Pick a book. I think I might do pick a book. Not gonna pick a tarot card for you guys. I'll just pick a book. So I'm gonna go on the kids' side. I'm gonna go up top. Oh no, there's a glare. Golden Road. Lucy Maud Montgomery. Yes, she's was Canadian. She's very dead now. Probably one of my favorite children's authors behind Enid Blyton. She might be after Enid, she might be. I this summer started rereading the Anne of Green Gables books because I had not. Usually when I reread one, oh, you know what? I had somebody once come in here and go, "Why do you have so many books?" I'm like, why are you walking this planet? What do you mean? Why do I have so many books? Well, okay, surely you haven't read them all. I'm like, most of them on this side, definitely, yes. This side, mostly, 80%. Okay, well, you read it. Why don't you get rid of the books? What did you just fucking say? Get rid of them? I go, I reread them. No way. I'm like, yes, I reread them. They are like friends. You don't get rid of them. Plus, a lot of these things you can't find. They're out of print. They're rare. They're... Get rid of books. Anyway, Lucy Maud Montgomery. Love her. Sometimes she's a little long in the tooth, I will admit. But I started rereading all of the Anne of Green Gables books this summer. Usually I just read the third one, Anne of the Island. Yeah, because that's the one where she goes to college and then she, you know, Gilbert, she's jealous that Gilbert's going out with that other chick, but she spurned Gilbert. Like, Gilbert was, come on, Anne, she was so dumb. She really was. Like, so she thinks she's going to marry this other guy too, and blah, blah, and then she wakes up at the end because that's how it works. So this is The Golden Road. It's a Lucy Maud Montgomery book, The Story Girl. Remember this? I don't know if you read it, you would know it. But Lucy Maud Montgomery, fascinating writer because she really gets into the complexities of the human nature and makes it very funny. So I like her. Check it out. There, she wrote more than Anne of Green Gables. Just saying. All right. Well, oh shit, this is a long one. I've been rambling for a long time and I need to go grocery shopping and it looks like it's going to rain and I'm going to put my glasses back on because I can't see, even though, see the glare? Now you can't see me. Oh, let's do that. Makes my, ugh. Okay. Well, I'm sorry that it took me so long to get back out here. I'm going to upload this. Oh no. Oh, that's right. I'm trying to use my mouse for my work computer on my home computer. Why isn't it working? Oh no. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful night. I have had the greatest, like, last week. And I am so full of happiness and joy. And I hope that you guys are too, because you deserve it. 100% you deserve it. So I'm wishing you lots of love and joy, and choose love, not fear. Go out and have a beer. So to all my friends and family, I love you guys. Take care until the next time I ramble at you. Bye.